Gotham City opens in a moment that feels almost impossible for its history. A city that once drowned in crime now appears to be breathing again. The streets are cleaner, the criminals are quieter, and hope is no longer just a word but a visible force growing under two powerful figures, the masked vigilante Batman and the rising district attorney Harvey Dent. On the surface, it looks like Gotham has finally found its balance. Justice is being restored in courtrooms instead of back alleys, and fear seems to be shifting from citizens to criminals. But this peace is not as solid as it appears. It is fragile, carefully balanced, and one wrong move could shatter everything. What makes this moment so deceptive is how normal it feels. The city believes it is winning, yet corruption has not disappeared, it has only adapted, hidden deeper beneath the system. Every arrest, every courtroom victory, and every public speech by Dent strengthens the illusion that Gotham is under control. Batman operates in the shadows, pushing crime back step by step, but even he knows this is not true victory, it is only pressure building inside a sealed system. Harvey Dent represents hope, but also vulnerability. He is Gotham's belief that justice can exist without fear, yet that belief depends on everything going right. Commissioner Gordon stands between these two worlds, trying to hold a crumbling structure together with discipline and silence. Together, they form a fragile triangle of control that feels stable only because no one has tested its limits yet. And somewhere beyond their sight, the silence is not empty, it is waiting. Hidden in the calm rhythm of the city is the sense that something is observing, studying, and preparing. Because in Gotham, peace is never permanent. It is only the quiet moment right before chaos learns your name. The silence of Gotham is suddenly broken, not by warning, not by chaos, but by precision. A new force enters the city, and it does not behave like a criminal driven by greed or survival. It behaves like a mind playing a game only it understands. The Joker's arrival marks the beginning of an invisible war, where the battlefield is not streets or buildings, but human psychology itself. His first appearance is not loud in words, but shocking in execution. The bank robbery unfolds like a perfectly choreographed sequence, where each move feels random yet is carefully calculated. Even the criminals involved are eliminated one by one, revealing that this is not a team operation, it is a message. That message is simple but terrifying: chaos is not disorder, it can be designed. From this moment, Gotham realizes something is wrong. Crimes no longer feel like crimes, they feel like signals. Every explosion, every attack, every disappearance begins to carry intent beyond money or power. The Joker is not trying to steal from Gotham, he is trying to reshape how Gotham thinks about control. Batman quickly understands he is facing something unfamiliar. This enemy does not follow patterns, does not seek recognition, and does not fear consequences. Every attempt to predict him leads deeper into confusion. It is as if the Joker exists one step outside logic itself. Meanwhile, fear begins to spread, not just among citizens, but within the systems designed to protect them. Police uncertainty grows, criminals become unpredictable, and trust in order begins to weaken. What makes this phase truly dangerous is not destruction, it is manipulation. The Joker starts turning people against each other without ever directly commanding them. Gotham slowly becomes a psychological battlefield where fear is the only constant law, and the Joker is the unseen architect of collapse. As the Joker's invisible war tightens its grip on Gotham, the true target begins to reveal itself, not the city's buildings, not its criminals, but its heroes. This is where the pressure becomes unbearable. Batman, Harvey Dent, and Commissioner Gordon, three pillars holding Gotham's fragile hope, are slowly pushed toward emotional collapse. The Joker does not defeat them with strength, he defeats them with choices that have no right answer. Batman finds himself trapped in an escalating moral crisis. Every attempt to stop the Joker leads to greater consequences, forcing him to question the very limits of his code. Saving lives begins to mean sacrificing others. Protecting Gotham begins to mean becoming something Gotham may never forgive. For the first time, the symbol of fear in the shadows starts to feel doubt inside himself. Harvey Dent, once the shining, white knight of Gotham, becomes the Joker's most devastating psychological victory. His belief in justice without fear begins to crack when tragedy strikes him personally. What was once pure conviction transforms into grief, rage, and obsession. The system he trusted fails to protect what he loves, and in that collapse, Harvey Dent is reborn, not as a savior, but as Two-Face, a living symbol of broken justice ruled by chance and pain. Commissioner Gordon stands in the middle of this collapsing world, forced to protect both the law and the truth while knowing they are no longer the same thing. Every decision he makes carries moral damage. To preserve order, he must hide reality. To protect the city, he must bend the very rules he once defended. His silence becomes both a shield and a burden. And through all of this, the Joker remains untouched, not because he is stronger, but because he never fights directly. He simply applies pressure until Gotham's strongest minds begin to fracture themselves. Heroism, justice, and duty all start to blur, until the line between hero and villain is no longer clear. At the peak of Gotham's psychological collapse, the Joker shifts from chaos maker to something far more terrifying, a philosopher of destruction. Instead of attacking buildings or institutions, he turns the entire city into an experiment designed to expose the truth about human nature. Two ferries are trapped in the harbor, one carrying innocent civilians, the other filled with prisoners Gotham has already judged as criminals. Between them lies a horrifying choice. Each boat holds the detonator to destroy the other. What makes this moment so disturbing is its simplicity. There are no guns firing, no explosions yet, no visible enemy attacking. Only silence, waiting, and time. The Joker's voice echoes through the system, not as a command, but as a question, one that cuts deeper than violence ever could. If survival depends on killing others first, what does that reveal about humanity? Inside both ferries, panic begins to rise. Civilians struggle with fear and doubt, questioning whether morality is worth dying for. Prisoners, often seen as already lost, face the same impossible decision from a different perspective. The boundary between good and evil begins to blur as both groups realize they are mirrors of each other under pressure. Batman watches helplessly, not as a fighter, but as an observer of human truth unfolding in real time. For the first time, his strength cannot solve the problem. Commissioner Gordon and the authorities are powerless, reduced to silence as Gotham's moral foundation is tested without interference. As time runs out, the real horror becomes clear. The Joker is not trying to kill them directly, he is trying to prove that people will destroy themselves when given permission. Every second stretches into psychological weight, forcing each passenger to confront their own fear, guilt, and survival instinct. And in this suspended moment of decision, Gotham discovers something irreversible. The most dangerous weapon is not chaos itself, but the belief. Legacy. Even after his capture, the Joker's ideology lingers beyond Gotham, proving that chaos doesn't need victory, only doubt. His actions reshape how we see justice, fear, and human nature itself. Through Heath Ledger's unforgettable performance, the villain becomes a lasting idea, that order is fragile, and one mind can expose how quickly society collapses under pressure. Subscribe my channel for more interesting and knowledgeful videos.